excited to hop on Facebook Live with you guys, but glad you're here because this is an all-new training. Like I was saying before, I had one of our leaders ask me to do a training specifically for her team, and the topic was new catalog. And I thought, you know, that is a huge topic that we need to be talking about. So I was super excited about this one. It is the holiday season. Let me know in the chat if you have a holiday catalog, if it has launched yet, or when you have the date, when it is going to launch. Because I think it's going to be interesting if you guys are able to put on there, because they're launching all different times. I know some just dropped, like 31 Gifts just dropped. I think the Origami Owl just dropped, but some are not until September 1st. Some are not even until October 1st. But you know, there's lots of excitement, lots of new catalogs coming out right now, and new products. Yeah. Oh, public on September 6th, September 1st. Awesome. Well, so Beth, I'm glad you said that. So Beth says paparazzi doesn't have catalogs. So here's one of the things that I think is super cool about this particular training is you can totally make this up. Like, if you don't have a catalog, if you're like running your own thing, you get to almost kind of create your own. You get to kind of create what it is that you want to feature, or even a style, or like with paparazzi, maybe it's a color. You can look, you know, and see what's happening in like New York Fashion Week and what, you know, color is going to be popular, or print, or whatever this holiday season, and almost kind of create your own. So we'll launch right into it. So new catalogs. All right, so I snagged some screenshots here. It's a little bit fuzzy. Some is new, some is old. There is a lot of excitement around a new catalog, or a new product release, or even creating your own catalog. If you own your own business, you can choose things that you want to feature for the holidays. You can even take products that have been out for a while and re-feature them again. There's, you know, the thing is, your customers, they don't know your product line. Nobody knows your product line like you do, except other consultants, right? So, in your corporate office. So you can kind of breathe new life and new excitement into your business and into your schedule, your calendar, your goals, your everything, with the release of a new catalog, or even the explosion of whatever it is that you want to feature this holiday season. So whether your catalog has launched already, even if it, I mean, you know, I think some came out like a month ago. That's all right. We're going to talk about new catalogs, and we're going to get all excited about it again, and we're going to get your customers excited about it, and your hostess is excited about it, and your new team members excited about it, because you're leading that. Your excitement, your you know, fanfare and whatever around it is what is going to be able to really make or break. You know, I had catalogs that would come out. We had like a one main catalog, and then we had two supplemental catalogs that came out during the year. And like, I realized that I always would do like a yay, new catalogs coming out, but it wasn't a big deal, right? I'm going to encourage you to make it a really big deal, to get really excited about it and to almost kind of overdo it, because the thing is, you're leading the excitement train on this one, right? So it's kind of like vendor events where it's, or booking blitzes or things like that, where your excitement and your enthusiasm is really going to kind of pave the way for how it goes. Here's the other thing too. If you're talking about social media or email campaigns or anything like that, you have to kind of overdo it. The person that is the loudest, so to speak, is the one that is going to get seen. It's the one that is going to be remembered. We have to talk about things up to 11 times before an action actually happens. So you can't just post one time on your Facebook page or even in your Facebook group that you've got a new catalog coming out, and or that a new catalog has come out and here's a link to check it out or whatever, and then like move on to the next thing. There's a lot more that we can do to really make it a big deal. All right, so first thing, you get your new catalog, your new product, or whatever. Take the time to research. Now, this is going to sound crazy. You're like, why is this such a big deal? I want you to really not just look at your catalog, not just learn the names of some things, not just, you know, if you're an Origami Owl, learning the new charms, or if you're in, you know, 31 Gifts, learning the new names of the bags or whatever. I want you to really research things. Really, really dive in there. And because the thing is that your corporate office has gone through extensive research to decide what it is needs to be in this new catalog. So what your job is to figure out why. Why did they think these items were that important? I'll tell you, part of it is because they saw a need in the industry for it, or a trend in the industry that was happening. The more you know about your products and your new products, there we are, and how they even tie into existing products that you may have, the more you're going to be an educated seller and be able to relay that to your customers. So what is new? And also remember that all of our products have features as well as benefits. So you want to make sure that you know both. A feature to, you know, a new skincare line could be that it's designed for, you know, normal to oily skin or whatever, but a benefit could be that in addition to clearing your skin, it may also help with, you know, fine lines and wrinkles or sun damage or, you know, whatever. So make sure that when you are thinking about your products, that you're really, really researching and learning what is new. Part of that reason is because in the skincare, for instance, because everybody who says, I have sun damage, you're thinking of that new product. I have these fine lines, like suddenly I have lines here. I didn't even know your cheeks could get wrinkles in your 30s, but mine are. You know, so those kinds of things you want to, your job is to always find a solution for your customer. So you have to know what problems your new products solve in order to kind of connect the dots. Second thing is what is unique. You are the expert in your field. You are the expert in your business. So what is unique of your product line? What is unique that you have never carried before? Because those are all solutions. So you may be carrying, gosh, I don't know. Let's say Origami Owl, you guys just launched a whole essential oils thing. There we go. So, you know, that is a whole new product line, a whole new trend, a whole new everything that you can use to book all over again. You know, like that's such a huge thing. And every single company is releasing things like this, you know, kind of in this time of year that'll bring in a big influx of stuff, all right? And then the third thing is, what have you not shown before? So even if you don't have a new product line, or even if, you know, maybe your new product line only has 2 or 3 products and you really want to do more with it, look at your existing, I keep disappearing as people come in. Look at your existing product line and see, you know, what are things that it may complement. Because what is really cool is that you have products in your new catalogs that may tie into products that you've been carrying that are a part of your, you know, maybe normal catalog that will hold over into January. So you can kind of see how everything fits together. Now, once you've learned everything that you possibly can about these new products, then it's time to brainstorm ideas for marketing. So I pulled this particular picture out of a 31 Gifts, and I'm going to talk about different companies as we go through this and kind of give you some ideas, but I just want to show you an example of how you can kind of create a marketing scheme over a brand new product. So again, remembering these features versus benefits. When I look at this image, now, first of all, this to me screamed homeschooling mom. I have no idea why. Maybe because I'm in back to school season. But when I continued to look, I was like, wait a minute, this is a baker's rack. But wouldn't all of these products be great for homeschooling moms? You know, you've got things that you can keep, like maybe this is your science caddy over here, and maybe this is, you know, history or whatever. You can create these different. And by the way, these are all products, not for, I mean, it's a baker's rack. Like these are ingredient, like that looks like wine bottles back there. I don't even know what that is. But the thing is, you can create a marketing campaign or a marketing scheme that targets a certain demographic of people based on what it is that you have. And by the way, I can do this with any product line. And because your corporate office has done the same thing. So this is, what is, you know, this for? This is perfect for college dorms. You know, who do you know that's going to college this year, or that's just moved into college and underestimated what she or he was going to need? So now you need some organization. That is a solution, would be these bags. You know, who's homeschooling this year, maybe for the first time? Like, even though it's just now back to school, we've been in for about 3 weeks. Like, the clutter has already begun. The books and the Chromebooks and the art supplies and, you know, whatever is just kind of happening. So this is and I don't even homeschool, so homeschooling's got to be 100 times worse. But so the point here is that you want to look at your products and see how many different types of people. So this particular image, you could, you know, put the image up and have a marketing campaign for people going to college. You could have a marketing campaign for the homeschooling moms. You could have a marketing campaign for the bakers, because that's actually what this is for, is organizing your baking goods. So again, it's those features and benefits and coming up with marketing ideas that target somebody so that you show your solution to whatever the problem is. The next step is to see what you can bundle. People love bundles. Nobody wants to buy just one product. The thing is that most of the time, one product doesn't work. It's the same reason why we sell our Diva Success System planners with the Party Bank, because how well they work together. Okay, so you have to think of what can bundle together. You may, when we talked on the last slide about a new product that matches or that complements an older product, bundle them together. You'll end up, it's an upselling strategy, you'll end up selling both. It's the whole, do you want fries with that routine? If you have, you know, maybe you have this great clutch that you've, you know, been selling for a long time, but a new handbag released as part of the fall line. Put them together. People like stuff that matches. You know, so think about what you can upsell. Think about what type of needs you can create and what different demographic of people you can hit. Every single product that you have can multitask. It is up to you to figure out who exactly you can create a solution for. So then we come to our social media. So we've researched our products. We really know. We've got some great ideas. We've created a marketing strategy. Then it comes to how we're going to do it. So social media is obviously one of the #1 places that you can talk about your business, advertise your business. It's become total mainstream. In 2016 and long into the future, we're going to be relying on and using social media. That's fantastic. That is one enormous way for you to boost your business. So come up with a strategy. How often are you going to post on your Facebook page? How often are you going to post in your Facebook group? If you are an Instagram lover, the way that I am, it's my absolute favorite, using Instagram stories. Those are huge. They're very much like Snapchat. I'm beginning to get into Snapchat. I admit I was the one that thought that it was only for people under the age of 16 that were just like selfie queens or whatever. There's actually a whole lot more to Snapchat that I didn't know. So, you know, learning about Snapchat. But the thing is, all of these are at your fingertips. All of these are free. So these, you want to have a social media strategy, and we have tons of training on that. I could talk on that for days. But when it comes to that, you need to have done those first few steps first, because just saying we have a new catalog, it's going to attract some people. Like, some people are just going to be excited. I love flipping through new catalogs just to kind of see what's new. But if you tell me that you have products to help people's lives who work at home, or who have pets, or who, you know, whatever you know, like for a while it was thin hair, like you can get me on anything, and thankfully I found Monet or Monat, whatever it is, this direct sales company, you know, and that's no longer a problem. But you see how that worked. I saw somebody advertise specifically for thin hair. Boom, they got me. Like, that's how it works. So when you're doing social media, don't just talk about a new catalog. Talk about a new catalog that has great products for this person. And then later, it's a new product. Check out this catalog, you know, or this product that is great for this person. This product is perfect for the person, and then there's this, you know, solution you're creating, or whatever. So you want to use their kind of a little more bait, a little bit more to it than just saying, you know, check out our new catalog. The more you can specifically personalize something to somebody and to a target market, the more you're going to get them. Prime example of that, I have been scrolling through Facebook, of course, as we all do, and there is a suggested ad that is all this different artwork that spells out the name Jones. Okay, I'm a Jones. I'm very proudly a Jones. And every time I scroll through, there are different Joneses. So there was one that was wine art. It had Jones spell out with like wine bottles and corks and corkscrews and all that kind of stuff. Okay, which I thought, talk about target marketing. Then today, Mike plays golf. And so today there was one that spelled out Jones with golf clubs. The thing is, that kind of target marketing, the reason why these companies are paying for it is because it works. So what kind of target marketing can you use on social media? And use the huge demographics. If you have products for runners, put out there products for runners, running, whatever, that's huge. Homeschooling moms, pet owners, like, teachers, all kinds of things that are huge demographics that you can cater your product and your product release to. And again, you may have to think a little bit outside the box, like that image of the 31 gift stuff. Like I said, first time I saw it, I thought of homeschooling. I didn't even realize there was a mixer there. So you can get kind of creative in what it is that you design and what you put out there. All right. So one of the things that you have to remember with a new product catalog, every single other consultant got it. All right. So one thing that is true across the board, but even more so true right now, is that you have to always point out what makes you different. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to talk poorly about somebody else or anything like that. Don't take that at all. But every single day, every single business transaction, you want to stand out, okay? So that people will continue to come back to you. Customer loyalty is built on what makes you stand out, because every single person in your company has access to the exact same products, the exact same Hostess program, unless you've added some to it, which I do coach to do, and that's on the training, and the exact same business opportunity. So why would they join you and not your sister consultant down the street? You have to let that stand out. And it has nothing to do about saying, you're better than or anything like that, but you have to stand out. One of the ways to do that, again, is product knowledge. It's being that expert in your field, not about being arrogant, but the more you know and the more helpful you are and the more you take care of your customers, that's going to stand out. Customer care, making sure that you're staying in touch, that you are active within your Facebook group, active within your Facebook page, engaging with your fans, your friends, your whatever on Instagram and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. Social media has to be social. If you're on Instagram and you're sharing 100% business, wrong. You're doing it wrong, So you have to be different. You have to stand out. You have to engage. You want people to know you and remember you. Because the thing is, when you pick up the phone and call somebody, you want them to know who you are. And if they talk to you on Facebook every day and they know the name of your cat because she's been on Facebook or on Instagram for the last week, bonus points if any of y'all know my pets' names, but that's part of it. That is part of that, relationship. So take the time to have that customer care. And when it comes to that catalog, being able to say, like, it's kind of the reverse version of who do you know who. When you're asking for referrals, ask yourself, who do you know who in your customer base is a teacher? I bet you've got some teachers, okay? But it's up to you to know. And so when you say this is great for teachers, like, it's okay to tag your teacher friends, okay? Because they know you and they're not going to be like, who is this lady trying to sell me something, right? So show off what makes you different, build that relationship, and then think about who is in your customer base that you can talk to. All right, and then of course the VIP program, you guys know that I say VIP, very important person, everybody. Okay, everybody in your business is important. All right, so when the new catalog comes out, get a bunch of them. Here's the thing. Catalogs can do the selling for you. When you don't scrimp on catalogs. If you have super duper expensive catalogs, then all right, we gotta be a little bit more careful. But catalogs are a huge selling tool for you. make sure, you should know when new catalogs are coming out, save for them, prepare for them, be ready for them, because they're going to do a lot of selling for you. They cannot replace you by any stretch, okay, because that goes back to this, all right? But order a bunch of catalogs and have them readily available so that you can hand them out. You're going to be handing them out at your parties. You're going to be handing them out when you're out gardening. You hand somebody a gardening gift, it strikes up a conversation. You've got your mobile office in the car. If they are really, really interested, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting, I said to a lady the other day, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to see a catalog. And I was like, I wonder if she has a mobile office in her car. That kind of thing. Those opportunities happen. And so having those catalogs readily available with your contact information on there, that's step 2. So you have your mobile office stocked. You've got your catalogs, Hostess packets, all that kind of good stuff. So you're organized and together, which makes you look really, really great from a recruiting and leadership point of view because you got it together. So you see how all these things kind of fit together. But let those catalogs do some of the selling for you. But leave catalogs in doctors' offices. It may be 2016, but guys, that still works. Okay, it still works. I was totally tickled that I found a Avon catalog the other day. I'm like, oh, because actually, I was looking for something. So that it still works. To make that catalog even more, include a handwritten note. If you're leaving it specifically for somebody. So maybe you know that your, I don't know, dentist's wife homeschools, okay, or whatever. So you can write a handwritten note, drop that catalog off and say, this made me think of you. I thought this might be great to help you stay organized, or, whatever. Yes, have discretion on where you leave the adult catalogs. Good call there. But so you can include a handwritten note, include, something that that makes people know that you were thinking about them. If you are, maybe you're delivering a product, or maybe you're dropping a catalog in the mail. Here's the other thing too. If you have where people can request a catalog and you're going to mail them one, you can put in your Facebook group, anybody wants to request a catalog, personal message me your address or whatever. It's a little bit expensive, yes, but if they've taken the time to send you their address and stuff, they're interested. Now, you're going to have to do the follow-up and stuff like that. And, there's a postage stamp or what have you. But if they send you a message, do a little bit of Facebook stalking. Like, that's okay. Find out what they're into. Like, look at their Facebook page if it's not on, lockdown, which hopefully it isn't, and yours isn't either, because that's bad for business. More on that later. But, you can look and see, like, what are the kinds of things that she's sharing or doing, or, whatever, and put a handwritten note in there that says, I think this would be a great product for you, or this might be something you're interested in. And by the way, I'd love to help you earn it free by hosting a party, or, whatever. And then also make sure that you put an order form in those. Every single catalog, you've got your information on it. If you've got flyers, if you've got whatever, like, don't let it just be a catalog. Take the time. Remember, we're standing out from the crowd, so we're taking a little bit of time with every single catalog to put your information on it, to, even if you put a note and say, this is my favorite, or, whatever, if it needs to be more generic, this is my favorite product from our new line. I'd love to help you earn it free by hosting your own party or whatever. And then put the order form in there. Put your information on that order form. If you, can fill out the tax and that, whatever you can do that is extra, go ahead and put that in there and let yourself stand out. All right, so some other things, make sure that when you have customer specials, which I realize these are old, but customer specials, don't just post these one time in social media and think that everybody saw it, okay? Talk about it, but here's the thing, you can talk about it several times in a way that is not repetitive. So like 31, for instance, you guys have a whole bunch. Since you have 2 of them. So in one, you talk about the ice cream cone, which is, oh my gosh, adorable in person, by the way, guys. But so, you talk about that, and then you talk about the strawberry swirl, and then maybe you talk about how when you mix the strawberry swirl with, banana or whatever, you can have a whole new scent, like, whatever. You can talk about the same products in different ways, and every single time, it's, first of all, it's instilling the special, which, so it's reminding people, remember, because we got to see it a couple times. But it's also doesn't seem repetitive, doesn't seem salesy, and also can hit a different group of people every single time. the reason why you see different commercials, like if you're watching an hour-long show, if you've ever noticed, you'll see the same commercial 2 or 3 times. Sometimes it's the exact same one, sometimes it's different, okay? And that's the exact same marketing that you're going to want to do too. You have to say it a couple of different times, a couple of different ways, and to a couple of different people to really get the most you can. But this is another reason why, again, researching and knowing enough about the product so you're able to say specifically what you can do with these and why everybody who's reading that at that moment wants it. Same thing with the Hostess Exclusives. This should be talked about all the time. If you have a monthly exclusive that comes out or whatever, again, talk about it in such a way of this is perfect for the person who blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you, and I know this is old, but this product right here, okay, I reviewed this and have sold a ton of them to my friends because it's one of the best products ever. It's cheap and everybody needs one. But I don't use it for what it's supposed to be used for. You guys have heard my story about the brownie pan. Okay, I don't use it for what it's supposed to be used for. I'm going to be on Facebook Live later talking about value-added services, which is the brownie pan, and that's a whole other thing for catalogs. I know I'm kind of overwhelming you guys. But the thing is, you want to talk about like why this particular product, like they have it shown with strawberries and stuff like that. I make guacamole almost every single day because I eat Whole30, so I make a super simple guacamole. So you're able to, like if that was your product, talk about people who are Whole30, talk about, people who are keto, because that's a whole nother demographic, big group of people. We wouldn't be, using it for strawberries, but absolutely for avocados and stuff like that. So again, you want to, having the product knowledge and knowing that this particular product is great for somebody on Whole30. Like there's a whole new Whole30 round starting on September 5th if you guys want to join me in that. But it gives, again, it's a specific demographic, a specific solution for a problem or for a group of people. It's casting a very, very wide net on a big group of people when you have a specific solution that you can create. All right, but talk about these guys often, and again, talk about them in specifics, not just we have this super cool food processor. We have a super cool food processor that is perfect for everybody starting on #SeptemberWhole30, which, by the way, it's not even September yet, and there's already almost 4,000 images on Instagram with that hashtag. So that's one of those ways that you can kind of again see what is going on. If you have a product that fits that, that's who you can be talking to. Those are how you use those hashtags. All right. Anyway. Last couple things. Who are you going to call? When a new catalog comes out, you want to have that relationship on social media with your customers so you can pick up the phone and call and say, hey, we've got a new catalog coming out. I cannot wait to show this to you. Do you want me to drop you one in the mail? Or you're one of my best hostesses. I can give you first dibs on the best dates for the holiday or whatever. This makes people feel special. You're giving them that VIP treatment. I'd love to drop you a catalog in the mail, or because you're one of my best hostesses, or because you're one of my best customers, I wanted to give you first dibs on the best dates available for the holiday. So, what works better for you? Friday night, Saturday night, Thursday night, whatever. Give her 2 dates to choose from and see, if she can pick, and tell them why it's the best. It's the best because it's brand new, because nobody else has seen it yet, or it's the best because it's, maybe it's some of that last minute holiday shopping or whatever. So just kind of, talk about why it is the best. Also, when a new catalog comes out, talk to old team members. Here's the thing about old team members, and I'm going to run over my time here, but y'all bear with me. I only have a few minutes left. The thing about previous team members, maybe the business just didn't work for them at the time. Hopefully you still have the relationship, you still kept in touch, maybe you're still friends on Facebook or whatever, but they may not want to join the business again, but if they loved the products enough to want to join the business, they probably love the products enough to want to show their friends the new catalog. So previous team members are a great, great, great opportunity. If the relationship is there, if they didn't leave on bad terms, they're not mad, whatever, is a great opportunity for you to show a new catalog or even book a new party, and they may even want to join again. It may be a better time. We never know why people leave the businesses, or we leave the businesses for all different types of reasons. But that may be an opportunity for them to come back. You can turn it into a kickoff party, which there's training on that on the site. And then always remember, who do you know who? The 5 magic words of asking for referrals. If they don't want to do a party, who do you know who homeschools? Because we have great products for that. Who do you know who is a runner? Who do you know who, whatever. You can ask that and get those referrals. That's, of course, in our customer care section. All right. Doing an email newsletter blast is big. I always recommend, I know that a lot of corporate offices do them for you. I always recommend that you have your own through something like MailChimp or Constant Contact or whatever. They do cut down on you being able to talk about the business opportunity. That's okay. You know what? I was mad about it for a while. I spent a lot of times griping about it. And even talking to them as just a champion for the industry and saying, just because a couple people have done it wrong, don't, handcuff all of us. They're not budging with it. So, the thing is, it's still a viable, good opportunity for you to get into your customers' email boxes about the products, about the Hostess opportunity. And you know what? The recruiting opportunity should be happening on a personal level anyway. So maybe they call to book a party and you talk about it being a kickoff party, or maybe you get to sit down with them over coffee and talk about the products and then introduce the business opportunity. It doesn't have to be an email, but having a newsletter blast so that you can say, these are our new products, this is who it's perfect for, all of this, and literally for pennies. Emails is one of the best marketing things that you can do. And then the very last thing is just to remember this holiday season, every time there's a new catalog, whatever, to be a product of the product. The more that you can wear, the more that you can show, the more that you can feature and show how the products are working in your life, the better. So with your social media strategy, show yourself being a product of the product and champion the entire industry. I literally could start like from head to toe, go around the room throughout my house and talk about the amazingness that is direct sales, because I try to use sales products as much as I possibly can. So I wear, the, Mary Kay makeup, and I wear, but I wear unique eyeliner and, whatever. So like you literally can go through all of them. The Monet did my hair, the whatever. So champion the industry, champion your products, be a product of the product and share that. I love that LuLaRoe, for instance, you guys talk about, high row all the time, and you share what you're wearing and what you're doing. It's a great marketing campaign. Same is true like this lady in the bag. She's obviously packing to go somewhere. She's got a soccer ball, whatever. So you can talk about how you're using the product, how it fits, and how it can help somebody else's life easier as well. All right. Any questions? Whether you have a new catalog coming out right now or not, the biggest thing that I would say is just to get excited about it. Research those products, figure out who exactly it can help. And by the way, that ought to be a whole lot of people. Think way outside of the box. Think about big demographics of people, homeschoolers, stay-at-home moms, working moms, empty nesters, the kids going to college, people that are already holiday shopping, people that need to make a little extra money for the holidays, runners, Whole30 people, like, these huge demographics of people. What products do you have in your new catalog, or even in existing catalogs that can complement with the new catalog, that can help you focus and get really excited about your marketing and make it explode? You're talking sales, bookings, and recruits with all of that knowledge.